floor. And if any of you guys have any questions, parents in particular, this is the time to ask. You can hear directly from the horse's mouth. Questions? You got anything from Miss Lucas? You good? Okay. Got any questions? Anybody any questions? What about you, Mr. Jamie? You good? Oh, hey, Miss Lucas, how you doing? What's going on?
Do you know if you're going to do the state camp this year?
You know, that's a great question. Coach, are you going to do the NC State Team Basketball Camp this year? The answer is no. So why would I say no? Well, by the time that I found out that I can publicly work with the team, it just happened a couple of days ago. The team camp is on the 10th. We can't practice after Friday because they have this rule, the last 10 days of school, you can't do anything. So that means that I would try to get a team together and within a week and a half, try to get them organized, all these guys, give them a set, give them systems, all this kind of stuff, get the culture, and then take this team out to the NC State team camp and put them in that situation. I didn't think it was going to be fair to them to put them in that spot where the chances of them realizing success would have been minimized. So instead of doing the NC State team camp, we put the boot camp in its place. That's why you see the boot camp on the 10th of June instead of us going to NC State, the team basketball camp. I thought we would get much more out of it. And for me right now, it's all about building a positive culture. This is how we do business. Different habits that may or may not be good, I can start to wean certain things out, and we can start really getting to understand each other. Right? Let's figure some things out together for a couple of months. Okay, we figured this whole thing out. Gino Ariel, great coach on the University of UConn. I heard a very interesting interview the other day. He says, here's the problem with AAU basketball. And he was killing AAU basketball, but this is relevant to us here. He said, in America, our kids play 6 AAU basketball games for every one practice. He said, but then when you look at the Europeans, like Doncic and Jokers and what's the other guy, Porzingis, you get a whole bunch of these guys, they practice 6 times before they play one game. So what I want to do is I want to practice. Like I was just practice. I want to practice. I want to be good. I want to be good. I want our team, I want the chemistry to flow. We got to get these habits right. We got to build that culture. Then we get out there and play, we can mess something up. You see what I'm saying? We can mess them up. Because I don't like a lot of drama. I don't like drama. On the court I'm talking about now. You know, I don't like the person. So, practice. So, great question, Ms. Wooten. No, we're not going to do the team camp. We're going to do a boot camp instead. I think we're going to get far more out of that, local, we control it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, good question. Yes, sir.
Will the boot camp be limited in amounts of athletes that you can bring in for?
We'll figure it out. I'm not going to turn down any kid. I'm not going to turn down any kid. And by the way, that boot camp is available to definitely any current Seaforth student, but also rising Seaforth students. It's available. The only thing I'll say to you is this. Just make sure the physical is up to date. In fact, just to be super safe about it. So there won't be any drama, because I've seen this happen before. Just take them off the street, CVS, pay $20, have them take the temperature, sign a paper, here you go. Just deal with it, right now. Because what's probably going to happen is that boot camp is going to come up. Somebody from the administration will say, hey, you got to have a physical. Oh, I didn't know. That was the gong show. Now it's the gong show. Right? So let's avoid the gong show. Let's pay the $25. Let's go ahead and get the physical. Then when you show up, you don't have that problem. Okay? That's what I'm trying to just avoid right from the jump. All right? And that even for some of the players that's here. If your physical is going to expire this year, I don't know, just if you're unsure, just preempt it. Just eliminate that. Okay? Any player got a question for you? Is this clear? Pretty good. You got something for me, kid? Are you surprised, kid?
I had the same question about state camp, so
Yeah.
yeah, it makes it perfect.
What's going on, kid? How you been? Big man. That's so good at you. All right. So, any other questions? Yes, Ms. Kessler.
Is there a regular summer camp? And what's the take on the 8th graders currently?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked it. I was wanted to bring that up. Is there a regular public summer camp that's not necessarily for high school students, but potentially for rising ninth graders? The answer is yes. I would love for Ian and your boy, to show up at the camp that we got coming up on the 17th of June. We have it, and Sterling is another. The 17th of June through the 20th. We're going to have a summer camp for kids right here in this particular gym. By all means, come. Anybody who knows about how I run camps, we always break the kids up. The smaller kids are here, the bigger kids over there. We have different coaches at each station. So although there may be some younger kids in the camp, they're not specifically in the group. And that's really what makes the camp. It's really the groupings that we create. And the kids that's in the group, those are the ones that you're going to be interacting with 100% of the time. So if your kid is a rising ninth grade, currently in the 8th grade, we would love for them to participate, register for the Seaforth Summer Basketball Camp right here from the 17th of June through the 20th. Great question, Julie. Go ahead, William.
So, if you have all the rising Seaforth kids at one station, how are they going to get ready for the next level?
Good question. So his question here is, if you have the rising Seaforth students at this particular camp, with some of the other smaller kids in the same camp, how are they going to get ready for the next level? When you start looking at these kind of camps, they're not really built, right? They're not really built to be quote unquote elite camps, but they're not really built for you to quote unquote make a high school team. But what they are built on is this: if you want to get some more skill work done, if you want to go out there just have some fun and play with some kids that's about the same age you are, that type of thing. But more importantly, what that camp is, the reason why that camp is great for those rising ninth graders is because they get to be around the coaches. They get to hear what they're talking about, their manners and their instructions. Coaches get to know them a little bit better, understand their personality. And like I said before, after battle, right here, right there. And I have a kid right now. His name is I'll bring this up. His name is Jacob Martin. He's an interesting case. Jacob Martin was with me since he was here. 3rd, 4th grade. I think Brandon is. Jacob Martin, he was here. And he took every youth camp probably 4 or 5 times. He just kept coming back. And he probably aged out or maxed out in about 2 years. But he kept going. He went all the way to 8th grade. He eventually went to Chapel Hill High. This was right around the time COVID was then kicked in. And then what he did was he was taking these private lessons. He would come by my home because I had an Afro going in my garage. And I'd give him private lessons every Friday. This went on like every week for like 2 years. And then one day he told me, Coach, I'm going down to IMG. So he goes to IMG and he plays down there for a couple of years. He gets a couple of scholarships. Then he gets a call from University of Alabama. This is about a month ago. And Coach Oakes asked him, could he come on as a preferred walk-on? This kid was in youth and softball full time, never took another camp. But the reason why he was presented that opportunity, and this is what Coach Nato said, well, number one, the kid is over 7 foot tall, and that helps. Right? That helps. Right? That helps. Right? But the other reason was, he said he was extremely high character and his fundamental skill set was solid. So, even though it wasn't an elite camp, there was all those other things that he pulled from it, which actually helped him, get to where he was at to this day. Board's recommendation, that's my guy, Jacob Hunt. So that's the reason why we do something like that. Because like I said before, 99.9% of anyone who plays basketball, they're not going to have a basketball career. They're going to do something else. So if you spend a lot of your childhood playing basketball, what else can you get out of that experience outside of the basketball? It's those value lessons. It's getting up 6 o'clock in the morning when you don't feel like getting up. It's when somebody's yelling at you, you still fight through it. You're a little injured and you kind of deal with it. It's those value lessons, because now when you go to college, you got to stay up all night to study for the exam. It's not a problem. Somebody was unfair to you. You know what? If you understand how to deal with it in a very high level, classy way, you work through it. These are value lessons that you definitely are going to have to experience as you get out in life. So part of what we do here is we're preparing you for life. Like I tell people all the time, although I coach basketball for all these years, and I love the game, I watch film pretty much every day. At the end of the day, you know what I really am? A life coach that's disguised as a basketball coach. That's the honest to God truth. So Leland, that's the real reason why I purchased these students. Any other questions? Who got all their questions answered? Put your hand up. Darn hand up. There you go. Any other questions? What time we got? Huh? You got one more? You have 17 to 22. The summer camp for kids, 8 to 14. It's from June 17th to June 20th. Okay? Any other questions before I let you go?
Yeah, what's the Gong Show? Some people don't know what that is. I'm just
I'll
kidding.
send them the link. All right. So, guys, this is what we're going to do. First of all, thank you guys so much. If there are any more questions, thank you guys so much. You got one more question? Hey, fellas, go for a second. Yeah.
Dead periods for football, is that for all the
Hey, fellas, come on.
are those 2 dead periods for all the sports in July, or is that just?
If the sport is currently in play, like a volleyball or cheerleading, right, then it doesn't apply to them. Right? From any sport that's out of season, it applies to all those sports.
Okay, so would Seaforth basketball have the same dead period? Okay.
Yeah. If we were in season, it would apply to us, but if you go to our calendar, I'll actually highlight that, you'll see it.
Okay.
So I'll account for all of that. Okay? All right, any questions? Any questions? Any questions? You good? All right, you guys good? Any questions? All right, hey, let's give them a round of applause, guys.